your attack?
Yeah, we were really good defensively tonight. I think we're over 90% effective contact, which is elite and where we need to be. And I thought it did help us with our attack. You saw that in the first 20, 25 minutes. We were really tight defensively, and then when we had some footy, we played good field position and got some joy. So we knew Cronulla would keep fighting. They were tough and really gritty and resilient group there. So we had to fight tough in the second half. But yeah, it was really pleasing. Good step in the right direction.
That was Milford's best game of the season. You think, Anthony, what really impressed you with his performance?
Yeah, just his control and his composure. Sometimes, when things, work for a team or work for a, key playmaker, sometimes, they'll go away from it. But I just thought his kicking game was outstanding tonight. It made it really challenging for their back three, and we got some rewards off the back of that, and we got a lot of field position off the back of that, and he didn't go away from it. I thought his kick selection and kick execution was outstanding, and he built pressure off the back of that. I think we might have had 58% possession for the game, which is a season high for us, and a lot of that was attributed to Milf and his control.
What about Matt Lodge tonight? He was outstanding with his carries and really set a platform for your whole forward pack. Yeah, I thought all three of our starting middles were very good, Dobbo. Lodge in particular, he ran with real intent and purpose, and he fought really hard to play the footy. So I thought we looked a lot better in attack because we created momentum and we gave our key players a little bit of time and a little bit of space. So he was a big part of that. And I just thought our push from our forward pack in particular, we working really hard the last week or two on some short passes and push support through the middle rather than go one out. And it was a good step in the right direction, and Lodgy was very good for us.
Anthony, have you seen a young prop as talented as Payne Haas?
Yeah, he's a very talented kid. What he's done probably the first 3 weeks back has been very good. Again, I don't want to put any I suppose undue raps on Payne, but he's been very good. I think he can play long minutes, and he makes a lot of he's got a lot of intent or a lot of purpose in those minutes. So he doesn't just coast through the minutes. I think he gets plenty of work done and with a lot of purpose. So it was really good to get Tavita, Lodgy and Payne on the park at the same time, because it's the first time we have this year, and I thought they started the game really well.
How important was that rotation, Anthony? Because you split it up into individual performance and looks good, but as a group, you always seem to have someone on there.
Yeah, well, what it meant was, Joe Offengawa, who has been really solid for us, it meant that he could go back to the bench, and he's played, I think, 70-odd games off the bench and done a really good job over his time there, and have that experience, or that player who's played, a fair bit of footy come on after 20 minutes and do that middle chunk was really important. I thought Tom Flegler got a lot of confidence out of last week's game starting, against the Raiders, and again I thought he made a good impact when he came off the bench. So it just seemed to flow a lot better tonight, our rotation, and Dave Fafita obviously played a fair bit of time there as an edge back row, which is his best position. So it was a good step in the right direction. Certainly not getting carried away, but the areas that we looked at, we really tried to narrow our focus to 3 key areas this week, and I thought the 3 areas that we did narrow our focus to, we were better with, and with a short turnaround, that's what we need to carry on into the Bunnies game on Thursday night.
Steve, do you want Anthony to stamp his mark on his team? Because the evidence tonight shows that when he's dominant, he can take this team a long way. Yeah,
I think, to be fair, last week we scored 22 points and made 5 line breaks to 4, and I thought, Millie, was good for us last week. But certainly this is his best performance, and probably off the pre-season he had with, doing limited reps with his shoulder reconstruction, then he did his hammy. What are we, 7 weeks in? He's it's his team in attack, and I think we've made some really good progress over the last couple of weeks there. We're scoring enough points. We're scoring enough points. The big improvement was our D tonight, and they ask a lot of questions because they shift the footy a lot. And even though Johnson went off, they still continue to shift the footy and ask questions, particularly with our right edge. So Millie was good. As I said, I just thought he was really persistent with what he did tonight.
Yeah, I think Broncos fans will appreciate
seeing you smile tonight. How much of a weight has been lifted off your shoulders with this victory?
To be fair, I feel as though I've been pretty controlled and composed the last couple of weeks. I think if you talk to the playing group, I haven't. I've tried to be really consistent. I don't think I've been worried about the wins and the losses. What I worry about or concern myself a bit is what areas can we be better with and what areas are we doing well, and then trying to really narrow our focus. And that hasn't changed. I'm really process driven with my coaching, and I've got something that I feel as though works well for me. So it's good to get a result, because what it does, it just gives the guys some confidence. We've lost the last 2 games here, literally in the last play of the game, and that that's hard for some of our younger guys. I can handle that, but we were much better tonight. We were more consistent for the 80 minutes, and we got a reward. Now the challenge for our group is to go back, recover well tomorrow, and then prepare as best we can. It's a 5-day turnaround leading into a big game against the Rabbitohs. So it didn't feel like pressure's come off. Our next job starts pretty quickly. So we just got to look ahead now from tomorrow morning.
You've got the grudge match now. You've got the grudge match now, Steve. You know that.
I've got no comment to make.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel there's some extra meaning, Steve? I mean, obviously you did great things at Souths.
No, there's no extra feeling or extra meaning for me. I'm not sure about anyone else involved in the game, but I'm looking forward to the challenge, because I know how talented a group there is down there, and they're generally good blokes. It's been great to see Cody Walker and Damien Cook and those guys play great football this year, and because I still consider those guys friends, and so it's good to see them play some good football. As far as the grudge match this week, I'm not sure they'll have any extra meaning for me, but I'd imagine that the media will make a bit of a big deal about it, but I can't control it.
How because you were building a special team there, Steve, how hard was that to leave that, knowing that perhaps the premiership was around the corner, that it was on the horizon for you?
It was a really challenging decision. There's no doubt about that. I've spoken about it at length before. But essentially, I wanted to come home, and I wanted to be closer to family, and I wanted to come back home, I suppose. I consider the Broncos to be home. I started here when I was 17, and but there was a lot of things to weigh up there, and as I said, I enjoyed my time down there immensely, and I loved what we did last year. We couldn't quite get the job done and win a premiership, but I feel as though I worked my backside off there last year. But again, my job and my focus is here at the Broncos, and I can't wait to review the game. And then dump it, and then just dive into our next job, which is obviously Thursday.
And his eye, Tavita got his finger in the eye or a scratch in the eye? Or?
Yeah, his eye looked pretty red, but there's no worry about him. I think it was just a bit of a poke in the eye. So, bloodshot eye in there just before, but there's no dramas.
Have you heard from any of the Souths guys, Anthony? Like you said, you're friends with those guys. Have you heard from them ahead of this game at all?
Not ahead of this game, no.
You said during the off-season, Anthony, that you felt you left that group of players on good terms. Did I remember that correctly?
I'm not sure what that question's about, but again, I'm not sure what you want me to say, mate. I've spoken to a lot of the players since then.
You were asked in the off-season, have you left that group of players in good terms, and you spoke to the effect that yes, you believed you did leave in good terms. Yeah, well,
I'm here to talk about the game that just went, mate. We had a really good win tonight, Paul, so I'm not sure if you're looking for a story or not, mate, but okay, you'd have to ask them, mate. You have to ask them. I mean, I don't know where that question comes from, so I'll leave it at that, guys.
Thanks.